This is my video response to Leokimvideo's new Quid G-Scaled review, which he did in 2012. In my video, I plan to try and replicate as much of what Leokim covered in his video, but with the LGB branding of the trains. So first up, let's take a look at the locomotive itself. Well, here is my LGB version of the loco Mr. Leokim reviewed. As you can see, this one is painted green. I paid about $1,000 on eBay for this version, and yeah, it's really nice. Like Leo's, mine also has a toolbox, except mine is used to hold a 9-volt battery for the sound system. Inside the very basic cab, we've got a 3-position switch, and this is used to turn the loco on and off to let it sit on a siding if you're planning to run multiple trains. Here's a quick look at the driver. This one came out of a different set, but he appears pretty much in a lot of the European versions of the LGB brand. In Leo's loco, the smoke box door is used to house the main battery to power his loco. In mine, it's used for nothing really, but it is very nicely detailed. This is something Mr. Leokim's video loco doesn't have, is a smoking unit. Now here's a main interesting difference between Leo's and mine, is that my pony truck is a solid unit. As you can see, the spring is actually on the pivoting point. Here we see the inside driving wheels are also sprung loaded. Yep, boing boing. And down here we also have got a traction tire. And a quick look at the manufacturing details. This loco was made in 1998, and down here it says made in Western Germany. Well, it's time to test this loco out on the tracks. Unfortunately, the weather outside has not been kind to me, so I've set up a very simple layout inside. As you can see, it's got a point set with an S-bend and some very tight radius track. As Leokim mentioned in his video, his new Quid loco does not quite like transitioning between one curve direction to the other. LGB claims that all their types of locomotives can handle this situation, so we'll test it out. One thing Leokim showed in his video was that the middle drive wheel popped up when it goes around the curves. So, let's see how the LGB stands up. Focusing in. I don't know about you, but I don't see any middle wheels popping up. Let's try going the other way. And nothing. Looks like the LGB version seems to hold onto the tracks a lot better. Alright, let's try it out on the S-bends. Everything looks so fine. Oh, I think I might have derailed. Oops, and I have derailed. Oh, I better fix this up. Oh, as you can see, then, like Leo's, it's not quite easy sticking the front or back pony wheels on the rails. Right, let's get back to doing these testings. So we'll go into reverse. As you can see, it's still on the rails. Let's try going forwards. Still on the rails. And backwards one more time. And everything looks fine. Unfortunately, I don't have the same type of wagons Mr. Leokim has in his set, so I substituted with similar locos from LGB, so we still have a long coach, a tanker wagon, and the boxcar. Let's see how this loco handles with 3 wagons on these tight curves. Well, so far so good. Nothing seems to be slowing it down. It's still running somewhat at a constant speed. It sort of drops when it hits the curves, but otherwise it doesn't seem to be struggling at all. One of the interesting things Mr. Leokim didn't quite mention in his video was the play value of the tanker. As you can see, you can open the top and fill it up with liquids, preferably water, and then open a tap at the bottom and it all drains out. LGB used to make a lot of wagons that had some sort of play value to kids, and this was one of them. Well, on to my final thoughts. I believe the LGB version is the better of the two. While this Loco is about 25 years old, it has better pulling power, the sound system's reasonably better, and its wheels are able to stay on the rails. Granted, it's not been tested on uneven track work, but I believe it wouldn't really have too many troubles keeping its wheels safely on the rails. But with that said, Leokim also has the advantage of his Loco being radio controlled. A lot of garden railways these days are converting their trains to battery powered and controlled by a radio system. This means you don't have to worry about keeping the tracks clean for a steady electrical current through the rails. You also don't have to worry about creating a short circuit or worrying about long complex wires throughout the garden. And with that, I think I've covered everything I can think of in my video, so thanks for watching. Did you know? This is something I discovered during my childhood, is that the Duplo trains by Lego fit quite nicely on the G-scale track. As you can see, they roll nicely, but they don't quite trail through the points. I'm not sure how well the battery Duplo trains will work, but if you want some push-along trains for the kids, this might be a good choice for them.